The Nerlin Nerds podcast is brought to you by What Lola Wants. Go to WLWPrivateChefs.com for information to reserve top quality chef and restaurant services in the Chicagoland area. Pulpery Media presents Nerlin Nerds with your hosts, Brock and Ben. This is where we discuss the pop culture topics that interest us and those minor details that irritate us.
That's it. I was not expecting Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
How long are they down? Like, I want to know how many generations of kids that is.
Good Lord, yeah.
See, this is the shit that comes in my head. Like, at any rate, there's this family, this really terrible woman who is ultimately a kid, and her husband. They have a baby, and then they have
I think
eater.
They were, those were, they would have been, like, toddlers during the uprising.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured, too, because Han Solo was also
a kid,
when all that went down, too. Which,
I mean, of course, we called that early on, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that was different. I'm glad Han Solo's not dead.
Yeah.
I was going to be really salty there for a minute.
Well, but I like the what am I trying to say? Comparative stories, like as he's opening up the vault, our dude is going into the vault.
Yep. I was just about to say that. It was great seeing them see the vault for the first time. Because we already know what the vault is because, dude freaked out and talked to fucking people downstairs and tunnels and shit, and I don't even want to know what's that. Do you think that's... I said how, just because to me that would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's the big old cliffhanger, right? Is
who is that?
Yeah.
But
who's overseeing the overseers?
And we know that there is because all 51 of the silo were built with a purpose.
Right.
They've actually said that out loud now. I mean, clearly it was, but like that is now these 50, and they had it was 51, right?
I think so, yeah.
51. Still don't know the minutia of like if each one was doing a particular thing or not. Because the only two we've seen seem very similar. You got mechanical, you got a vault, you've got the in the middle. There was
as far as we can tell, like I think it's just they're based off of what we know, they're all identical.
Right, because they even mentioned a farm in Solo.
Right, yeah. Yeah, because they hadn't eaten.
Right.
They talked about like the last time they had like fresh food. And then he's got stockpiles of everything
forever.
And then
for a generation.
They dropped a fuck ton in those last couple episodes, like the reality, like that they put something in Prime Silo, they put something in the water to make people forget the last insurrection.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Men in Black. Like we're just gonna wipe your brains,
right?
Because these things come in again. If it's happened before, it'll happen again. And they continue, like they just run this cycle.
Yeah.
Which it happens, clearly. I want to know if any other silo still have people, inhabitants? Or
I would
more
think
often,
so, yeah.
So you would think out of all 50 of them, some of them had made it to the point of everyone dying off, like in Han Solo's silo.
Right.
But then you got to figure there are others that have just gone through the cycle and kept going and kept going and kept going.
Well, and remember, Juliet and Solo figure out how to cut off the poisonous gas.
Yes.
So I would think that's where without ever having read the books or anything like that, but moving into once they're able to protect Prime Silo, then and they know where that door is.
Yeah.
Then they go down and they force themselves into wherever Hal or the overlords are.
There's got to be a tunnel down there that connects everything.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. Yeah. I mean, right. I mean, if one, but did you notice too? Like once she got the pump in the other silo going,
yes,
the water level in Prime Silo had dropped.
Yeah, because he could wade through it.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, man, that dude's going to be really pissed off when he's got to swim around.
Yeah.
Oh, he was able to swim around by meaning he doesn't know how to fucking swim. But, he was able to do that. The look on his face when he figured it all out.
Well,
and he wanders around trying to make him, and he's just like, fuck it, it's over.
Right, yeah. Like, I love that piece of it because obviously he got a lot more than what they're showing us.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. And he was like that guy. It's like, give me that. All right, I need a cigarette, and I'm just going to watch the world burn. Perfect. So, and we haven't even gotten to I don't know what to think about
what
Juliet making it back to the other silo.
And Tim Robbins trying to...
As he's trying to... Right, exactly. Because he knows, he was like, we're fucked too. I'm going to go outside.
Because the final scene is she pulls him back in, and then there's the flame sanitation.
Yeah, exactly.
God.
But when they see each other and realize what the fuck's up, I was like, oh my God. And then it ended with, a fucking incinerator, basically.
Well, and that...
A crematorium.
And I was leading up to the final episode, when we got back to recording, I was gonna just shit on the Walk character for bending over so easily.
Yes.
But she fucking redeemed herself.
She did. She did.
That plan. I mean, the sad part is her dad sacrificed himself for the revolution, but.
Viva la revolution!
Right, but that's and weird is like the other side of it, blowing up the stairs.
Yeah.
Cutting everyone off from. Genius.
Yeah, they're doing well.
I love it.
Again, I haven't read the books, so.
Yeah.
I'm not making the joke.
No, I got to finish Foundation first, and then maybe I'll tackle that. I don't know.
I'm not going to tackle
it. Yeah.
Maybe if I got a stack of books this thing.
Well, I meant doing my audio books.
I should do. You know what? I'm going to try that because now I've got. Anyway, people bothering me all day. In a good way. So they had WWE had their main event again.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they're going to do this.
Is it once a month now?
That's what I. Yeah. I could do once a month. I could even do once a quarter.
It's. I like them, and I like it that it's on NBC proper.
Yep.
Might as well try and steal some of the other pro sport crowd. Or,
there was nothing.
I'm sorry, other rigged sports.
Sports entertainment.
We'll get to that later. But I mean,
there was nothing else on TV.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
And what I love the formula we'll see tonight on Raw that they've gone with for TV now, where it's 4 big matches. There's not a whole lot. It's just 4, 5 just big matches.
Yeah.
Like tonight, Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre wrestling. There's a tag team championship match, and we're 5 days out from Royal Rumble.
Well, and I like too that most of them are either they're for a big bragging piece or they're for a belt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just big matches and not just hey, look, we're going to throw these couple of guys in there, they can wrestle. There's not really a lot of storyline. Basically what AEW does, you just put 2 guys in the ring.
Yeah.
And
or it's supposed to be this is going to determine who then matches up with this dude that
it's called
go for
forwarding the story, right?
Right.
You got to move that story forward. If not, it's just you're stuck in mud. Who wants to read a book when or watch a movie where you get stuck?
Which I was gonna say, that's the way it was way back in the day. Probably why I kind of lost interest. Is you would tune in and it would be 2 fat guys both wearing the Andre the Giant jumper.
Correct. With no story or nothing. It's we need to make up. We take
and not even good names. It's Carl, Flim Flam.
The gobbledygooker. That was a real guy. Yes. So the Vince McMahon loved doing that shit. So good on Trip. He seems to be doing. He doesn't seem to be. He's killing it. I like that they have money. The presentation.
Yeah.
Is great.
Like I mean, like when we were talking about the Raw premiere on Netflix, and the product that they're putting out now makes AEW look like mall wrestling.
Correct. Independent wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, like, which of course makes sense. They're essentially trying to corner the market.
Yeah.
And
I hope AEW succeeds. I really do, but they will never be. They need to find that ECW level, like 1B.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you need to do. Not until Tony Khan A gets off coke allegedly, and B hires a proper booker.
Right, and it doesn't help that you have what you used to brag about stealing from the WWE, going back to the WWE.
Correct.
And being bigger than what they were before.
And a lot of his wrestlers are like 5'10", 205. They look like me if I was in shape. So, that doesn't help, and they are athletic as fuck, but
you don't have like a Braun Breaker.
Fuck, dude. I thought he killed Sheamus. I really did.
On that last spear?
You saw Sheamus's, I think it was an Instagram post.
No.
He was like, I have to admit, that's the hardest spear I've ever taken. And
You could hear it.
Bruh.
Like it was like two ham hocks slapping against each other.
And that, okay, I'm going to spend 3 minutes gushing over Jacob Fatu real quick.
Okay.
I loved this cat when he was on the Independents, and the only reason he didn't get to WWE earlier is because he was, in and out of jail.
You don't say.
But now he's like learned to channel that shit. He can cut a fucking promo.
Yeah.
Like walking to the ring, cutting that promo. I was like, what the fuck? Here's your star of the future.
You're in love.
Then he gets in there and he's fighting a 6'8" literal monster.
Yeah.
And did it like he was selling, like he made Braun Strowman look like the beast he is. But when he lost his fucking mind, oh my God, he lost his mind.
Yeah. No, they gotta figure out the commercial thing.
I said that.
We've already talked about it, but yeah, like you just gotta do picture in picture.
And I understand NBC proper. Get it. I do. You gotta have those commercial breaks on NBC proper, but Netflix.
But put the fight in the corner so you at least see what's going on.
AEW does it. I think SmackDown does it on occasion.
Yeah. They used to do that with Raw when it was on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm being on Netflix, and again, we're fucking nitpicking. Like the pay-per-views, or excuse me, PLEs, Premium Live Events. The Royal Rumble won't fucking commercial during the Royal Rumble.
Right.
They'll have 5 minutes of fucking commercials after that match.
Right. Yeah.
Same thing.
Offer that energy drink.
Right. Your energy drink and like some shitty mobile service and Prime energy drink. Yeah. That's it. Like a WWE mobile app.
Right.
Over and over and over and over. And there'll be like 87 WrestleMania commercials.
Correct, yeah.
Saturday. And probably a commercial for some Saudi Arabia thing. Hopefully they announce the WrestleMania in New Orleans, but I think that's going to be next week.
Oh, and that's going to be what, for next year? 2026?
2027.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, maybe it is 2026, because this year it's in Vegas. I don't think they have next year. Yeah, it could be. We'll find out next week. The rumor is it's coming back, and they're going to announce it during Super Bowl week, so why not? Super Bowl's right up the street here.
Yeah, that'll be like the third time WrestleMania's been here.
Yeah, the third time in like 15 years or something.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? My thing is Super Bowl should be on a rotating basis at this point. Here, Vegas works.
Sure.
Okay? You do LA, but that doesn't work anymore because you're so far away from the fucking city.
The following segment has been brought to you by Whatever Lola Wants. Go to WLWPrivateChefs.com for information to reserve top quality chef and restaurant services in the Chicagoland area. The Nerla Nerds podcast is a production of Pulpery Media, produced and edited by Ben Grimion, marketing by Brock Ryder, graphic design by Beck Ryder and Ben Grimion, music by the Heisenberg Compensators.